Kyy, and we are interviewing an expat as a part of our Gambia series.
Hi.
Hello. So a recent expat to the Gambia, and we just wanted to ask her some questions. As we told you guys in our previous video, we would be interviewing someone that recently moved back to the Gambia. We know it's a huge move for people to exit from the West, whether that is the US, the UK, the Caribbean, South America, what have you, back to the continent. So we would like to introduce our guest today, which is Jamila.
Hi.
And she is a part of the Badgie family that we had featured in our earlier video. She is Mrs. Badgie. Okay, so we have some questions that we have prepared for Jamila. The first question is, what inspired you to come to the Gambia?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Just speak loudly.
Well, my husband is from Gambia, and we had kind of talked about relocating to Gambia. I thought it'd be a great place to maybe raise our kids, especially while they're still young. I wanted them to really kind of know the other side of our family in the States. At least with me, like, our family is all spread out. So, you know, I have my aunts in Dayton, Ohio. We were living in Chicago. My dad's in South Carolina. My sister's in New York. And so I remember my mom, who is deceased now, but she was Nigerian, how very close her family is. So, like, the cousins, they grew up like sisters. They still now, till this day, no matter where they are, they call each other, they talk to each other. So I kind of wanted that kind of relationship for my kids. And then also with everything that's been going on in the States during the pandemic, I was stuck in the US. And so all the like news and the bombardments, and I'm raising 3 African American males. So that really kind of scared me. So I wanted my kids to basically grow up feeling secure in who they are first, before they had to deal with all the other stuff that comes with being Black in America. Not that they're not problems here, but at least I feel like it's a little bit better since everybody's kind of looks like them.
Awesome. So our next question is, what has been some of the pros of being in the Gambia?
Oh my goodness, the weather! Like, every day I wake up and I know what to wear. The sun is out, it's beautiful. I might feel differently during rainy season, so you might have to hit me up during then. But it's just, the sun is always out. Everybody's friendly. Once I got stuck with my car in the sand, and like all of a sudden 5 people came to help me, like,
That's
push. Like, I don't know, in the States I've done, no. Let me keep it moving, you know? So that was nice, and just how friendly and open everybody's been. I've met some very cool people. And yeah, I just like the excitement of when I wake up, I hear like the call for prayer, and then I see like everybody starting the day, the women are sweeping, the men are all about.
We hear the birds.
We hear the birds chirping, which is amazing. So those, I think, have been some of the pros, I think, yeah.
Okay, and Jamila mentioned rainy season. Kyy and I plan on coming back during rainy season just to see how the weather is during rainy season, because you hear all these horror stories of all the flooding and things like that. So we want to experience that as well.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
Excited?
so definitely
I'm nervous.
keep following us. We will be back during rainy season, which starts in June or July.
June, yes. And I know this year
Okay.
they said it was pretty bad, because I was here one during rainy season and it wasn't
The
too
previous
bad. Yeah, the previous one. Like, it rained in the morning, and then after that the sun came out and we kept it moving. But we were also on a main road, so that could also.
Nice. Okay, the next question is, what has been some of the cons of being in the Gambia?
Cons. I wouldn't say that they're cons, but it's just been an adjustment with getting used to. Some of the things is like, I guess, the cooking gas running out. That was one thing, and I was like, the cooking gas is out. Where do I need to go? And I have this big old tank that I have to lug, to go to the gas station to get it, and then switch it out or have them fill it up, however they do it. So I think that has been an adjustment. Another adjustment is power going out. Luckily, it hasn't been going out as much as when I first came. I think they must have been doing something, but when power goes out, like, it's out. So, and it also means that there's no water. So that has kind of been an adjustment. But now, like, the first thing when the kids come home from school and, before it gets dark, we're like, all right, showers, because you don't know. Make sure that's done. But yeah, I think those were the only 2 main things. And the traffic has been kind of rough, even though, like, I know Chicago traffic and I know Beijing traffic, but this right here, because there's one main road that everybody takes, and it's just like
The Senegambia Highway.
Senegambia Highway. Yeah, it's no joke. So it's something that should take you about 15 minutes. Could take you about like an hour, and you're literally crawling. It's not like in Chicago you kind of go around and stuff. No, you're stuck unless you want to go on the side of the road and trying to run somebody over.
So would you say it's like something that would hinder or would not be a good idea for people to move here because of?
Well, no. I mean, you definitely have to. I know I was kind of nervous to drive, and so I just started really driving when you guys came. I stuck to my little, like, oh, let me go down the street, up the road. But, you just got to get to it, and now I'm kind of gangster with it. Like, what? Move out the way. Who's there? Baby. So
I'm not letting anybody.
Right? I don't let anybody, and I'm like,
I'm
nope,
not letting anybody
sorry.
cross the street.
Nope. We just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Have some music in the background or something playing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, you don't
go ahead. How many times did you visit the Gambia before deciding to move here?
Okay, so I'm one of those crazy people who, whenever I go or moved anywhere, I've never visited. This is my first time. I know some people believe in doing that, but I've never had the luxury of being like, oh, let me go visit someplace before I move. So all the places that I've gone to, I've just kind of showed up and be like, hey, this last time was the first time I actually came to visit, because as I said, my husband was from Gambia and I'd never been. My kids had come, but not me. So I came, and even that I didn't see that much because I was pregnant with my youngest. So I had to kind of chill out and not really explore. So it all depends. I came into it with an open mind, and as long as I feel like if you don't have that many expectations, then it's less likely than you are to be disappointed. So that's kind of how I look into it. So
Okay. Now, what preparations did you take or make before coming to the Gambia?
you and I were talking. So I don't know. Did I do that much preparation? I don't think I really did. You did all the preparation and the research. I was just following the YouTube channels and all that stuff.
I am a big researcher, so I like to research the heck out of something before I even make a purchase. I gotta read all the reviews, the good, the bad, the ugly. So I started researching the Gambia during your trip here.
Yes.
So which was not this summer, but the summer before.
Yes.
Is when I started looking at the Gambia, and the more that I saw it, the more I liked it. And I had already been to Jamaica and Tanzania, so I'm like, I saw the ruggedness of the street, which we shared with our brother today, and he was like, oh my gosh, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a little bit of a culture shock if you're not used to the rugged terrain and environment. Yes. So I researched the heck out of it, so I kind of knew what I was expecting when I got here. And for you didn't do much preparation,
No.
but I think what helped is that you had family here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it made it a little bit easier. And then when you came with your family too.
Yes, I came with my
So that
husband,
helped.
and I think this is the first time we've all come together somewhere. Usually I just show up by myself with the kids. I'm like, okay, we're gonna see how this works.
Or by yourself.
By
yeah.
myself, yes.
And the kids come later.
Yes, and the kids come later, yes. So let's see, I did what preparations? I just did a lot of my research on basically how do I be able to communicate with people. So my main thing is, how's the weather? Will I have access to stable internet to be able to call like my dad or my sister or like contact my friends? So that was, and once I knew that, and did they have plantains, and can I find a good hair braider?
Plantains, and you knew hair braiding was already
Yes,
here.
so already here, but to
Yeah.
find the hook up with that. So
Yeah.
once I knew that, I knew everything else would hopefully fall into place. I researched kind of like opportunities for working, of course, and the cost of living. All of those were important. I
And
did
schools
schools.
for the
Yes,
kids.
I checked out some schools.
When you were here visiting.
Yeah, I checked out too, because so the thing is, it's really hard to find a lot of stuff on the internet, especially that's relevant. Like when you go to websites and their businesses and stuff. So when I was looking at schools, there's a whole bunch of schools listed, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they have websites on there, or they don't have
Or
the
that
cost,
they're open.
or that they're open, or all of that stuff. So it's a lot. It's definitely one of those that you kind of have to
Be on the ground.
come and be on the ground and actually do all the legwork and stuff like that. So that would be like a heads up, unless you really have somebody who you can trust like that, who you know will has the same taste as you two. That's very important also,
Yes.
especially when you're looking for housing.
Because some people might like certain things or find certain things acceptable.
Yes.
And other people may not. Like some people might think it's acceptable to live with rodents and, you know, critters. And you might just be like, you thought this was acceptable?
No, I never
It's,
thought that
no,
was
no, no. And some people may. They may think, oh, well, it's no big deal. But that's like a deal breaker.
Yeah.
The water pressure, that's another deal breaker.
And for me, hot water too, because I've lived
Yeah,
with the hot water, and I was
Yeah.
like, in fact, when I first came, the hot water wasn't working, and I was like, okay. But after like a week or two, I was like, no.
You don't want to take cold showers. That's just my personal thing. Or bucket baths.
I've done bucket baths. It's not that bad. I did it as a kid, like, but you conserve
I
water
like
and
the
stuff.
cold showers because I get hot.
Yeah, but water pressure is a
Water
very.
pressure.
There's nothing worse than it's trickling down.
Oh my
but-
gosh. And then it takes forever to get a little bit of
Yes.
water to wash something.
Yes.
Don't wash your hair. Because then how are you going to get all the shampoo out?
That's very true.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's really good, important to kind of know what your deal breaker is and what
Yes.
you can and cannot accept, and being really honest
With yourself.
with yourself.
Yep.
Just kind of how you said, like the things and some of the things I said, I'd already experienced that, so I already knew, like, been there, done that. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Especially at this,
Point of your life.
age of point of my life. Yes.
Okay, so that was it for part 1 of our interview with our lovely guest Jamila. Stay tuned for part 2 and see what questions we have in store for her.
Thank you guys.
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.